Hello and welcome to the Slamcast. No, I'm not gonna, that's my hackneyed Chrstopher Walken impression that I was making Nick laugh before the podcast. Welcome to another edition of the Slamcast.
Oh my god.
I am your host, Brendan Liggan, the man of 1,000 terrible impressions, 1,004 terrible impressions. You, sir.
Good. It is Fuck Money Friday, me, so...
It is Fuck Money Friday. We're recording on a Friday because we didn't record on a Thursday.
And good thing we waited.
Because good thing we waited. We'll talk about that later. Definitely would have had to record because what we were going to record about was completely irrelevant after this story broke. But moving on from that, we're fresh off No Mercy weekend. I must confess, did not watch No Mercy, but from what I understand, not a lot has changed from No Mercy.
Yep.
Until the next week.
It's
other than the fact that The Miz is now no longer your Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental champion, yeah.
Champion. Title holder, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a really fucking good match. You know, Ziggler won the title. And other than that, really nothing changed. I mean, Becky Lynch was off the card. She was dealing with some injury, whatever the hell it was. So they put Naomi in a match with Alexa Bliss, and then Naomi won. Makes no sense.
Which I think, you know what? No, I think after I hear that, I think it only makes the division stronger. And certainly, as they're trying to jumpstart a brand new title division on SmackDown Live. So having more strong competitors is good for the division. And having Naomi get a win clean over Alexa is not the worst thing ever. I mean, Alexa Bliss's momentum is not going anywhere.
I think she's still gonna get a title match here.
She's still, and here's the thing: is Alexa Bliss is only getting better. I think, in my opinion, I think she's somebody who has just scratched the surface of her potential. Like, this would be a good thing if Sunny was a complete train wreck. She could come in and mentor this girl, and tell her how to be a proper sexy heel. Because we haven't really seen a sexy heel come through. Michelle McCool and Layla were, good looking, but they weren't Alexa Bliss good looking.
Right.
Exactly. I think Alexa Bliss is a bombshell. Alexa Bliss is the complete package as far as good looks. It's the wrestling business, bro. It's the wrestling business. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have right to be bitter. No, anyway.
Anyway.
Bitter crew. Hashtag bitter crew.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bitter Club. That's what it is. Bitter Club. That's what we're calling it. Bitter Club. Hashtag Bitter Club.
With the fact that they're on first, it kind of went downhill from there.
I think because of the presidential debates, this show should be an aberration because normally they're only at this point in time they're only competing with the NFL for views, and the fact that they had to really realistically compete 3 ways for the viewer base, especially in America, where they key focus group, I guess you could say.
Right.
It was interesting because I guess they blew their load too soon, I guess you could say, because there are a lot of people that were talking about that match.
Yeah, and it was a great match. AJ Styles retained the title as we thought he would because he wasn't dropping this thing just yet. Because if Cena's going to get number 16, it's going to be at WrestleMania, I think.
I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think. I think the 16-time world title, it should be the hallowed record of Ric Flair's, and just I sound like a guy in 1997 defending the home run record for Roger Maris, but it ultimately helped the sport. But I just don't think while Ric Flair is alive, anybody should hold a world title more than 15 times. Ric Flair should be the only person on top of that mountain. That way you call him 16-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Right.
That's my Ric Flair elitist purist speech for the day.
Yeah, I mean, I said the same thing about Undertaker's streak never being broken, and then
I dissented on that. Here's the thing: I felt it went the complete opposite way on the Undertaker, though, because I felt that as long as the streak was open, you can't just have him retire because then it just sets him up. I'm going to retire it becomes the thing that the guy wants to do to make his name, like CM Punk was doing. Okay, well, I can't do this, so I'm going to make my name against The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You can always have a guy come through and challenge. Once it ends, it becomes a thing, and then it's just The Undertaker just becomes a regular high-profile match at WrestleMania. You kill the legend. Other bizarre WWE news? Or do we want to...
It was at least, what matches were on that pay-per-view were good. I mean, I did pop for a couple signs in the crowd. The, Cena, I don't need a ring.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the 75-page document that Cena made Nikki Bella sign before moving in with him, I don't want to get my hands on that just to see what the language in that contract read. And again,
Jesus.
If a woman is willing to sign a 75-page document just to live with you, John, a piece of jewelry is the least you could do for that woman.
It's true.
And all I'm saying, dogs die, children usually don't die.
Yeah. You'll die. And I just heard Vince McMahon have a mini heart attack on that one, but
no. I'm not saying Nikki Bella's gonna go full psycho murderer on him one day, but I think one day it's the least he could do for the poor girl.
Yeah.
Give her a child. Come on, John.
I would say after they both retire, he's gonna do it.
Exactly. Which I would be by another fucking word flub. Did we mention a congratulations to Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella?
I think we did, yeah. Yeah, they got a... I was like Chrstopher Walken on there for a minute. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we did that. I don't remember, but I think we did.
The Chrstopher Walken special.
The Chrstopher Walken episode, yeah.
Bryan and Brie are expecting their first child. And somewhere Nikki Bella, when she heard the name, looked at the empty space right next to her and said, "Fuck you, John."
I think there was at least 0.1% of hatred and jealousy at that point. Maybe 0.001, like a little tiny deep down, like she was very happy for her sister.
Yeah, but there was a point where they're like, "God, fuck you, John."
That little tiny voice in it.
Yeah.
And then
pretty much.
Silence.
So yeah.
How quickly though are the Bellas becoming the wrestling Kardashians though?
Oh God.
Let's basically see it, man. They're basically becoming the wrestling family, the wrestling version of the Kardashians.
I've always called Total Divas Total Kardashians for one.
I mean, it's now true. They've now spun. I mean, I guess it's the WWE copying off of the Kardashian method.
Yeah.
They've created their own reality TV show franchise, self-propagating reality TV show franchise.
Pretty much.
It's only a matter of time, man, before we... if Tough Enough ever finds a home, it's going to be again on the E! Network. They'll find it again. All right, move on. We'll move on, because there was another interesting story that came out this week. The Mickey and Mallory Knox of professional wrestling, Paige and Alberto Del Rio, one half at least of that, had another run-in with the wellness policy. This time again, resulting in a 60-day suspension.
Yeah. She said it was painkillers. I think her
surgery.
dad and her brothers said the same thing. And
she came out on the defensive on Twitter. She definitely is a disgruntled employee. And again, if I was her representatives and if she was absolutely gung-ho serious about leaving the WWE, I would say, okay, well, this is how you do it. You have a contract. You probably have somewhere in a contract in her clause in her contract that if she is unable to compete for X amount of days, contract is null and void. Well, that's what you do. Or you're one strike away. Might as well just continue on the same path, and 3 strikes you're out. The old the old wellness policy ball game.
Yeah, I mean AWW said it was an illegal substance. I don't know. Like, I take, WWE's word with a grain of salt, to be honest.
Is it an illegal substance or an illegal substance by the law, or an illegal substance by the U.S. government or the WWE wellness policy?
See, that's what they didn't specify.
That's what we're saying. See, that's the language in which they say. An illegal substance could just be something that's not approved by whatever standard that they use for their wellness policy testing.
Right.
Or illegal substance could mean, Schedule 1, Schedule 2 narcotics.
Yeah. If she had something like that in her system, I don't know. And this is also, I guess, Paige needs neck surgery, and WWE doctors are saying that she doesn't. So, again, this is the same company that was, Z-Pack, CM Punk.
I mean, look, this is only going to get stranger, and we haven't seen the last of this story by damn sight. And I'm sure at some point in time we will get a full-on tell-all interview by Paige and Del Rio. They've already been on TMZ, when they were in New York this weekend. Del Rio was explaining his stabbing incident, which is already becoming incredibly muddied as it is. Mickey and Mallory Knox of
one day the truth will come out.
The Mickey Mallory Knox in professional wrestling continue to roll on as ever.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like lately we've had just a bunch of strange news. I mean, you're talking about Tough Enough earlier. I think we did mention Sarah Lee.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Tough Enough, proven to be.
Hey, look, it makes people happy.
Yeah.
Brings people together. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the R word, but just Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
And to where the news gets really strange, TNA.
Yeah, this earlier, literally yesterday, before we were going to film, after I put off recording this episode to go record another episode of another podcast.
Yep.
It was reported.
I sat around all day playing 2K17, so.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We were gifted with this bit of information that Billy Corgan is now suing the heads of TNA, Dixie Carter, her husband, and their chief financial officer, in Nashville, or in county court in Nashville, for undisclosed reasons that are sealed.
Yeah.
We can only... Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'll say, well, Eric Bischoff is suing him. I think Aerolux is suing him. You gonna sue Dixie Carter. You gonna sue Dixie
everybody's
Carter.
Get to sue Dixie Carter at this point in time. Like,
what an operation she's running, huh?
Yeah. As this story breaks as word of the final Impact Wrestling of the year after
Total nonstop deletion.
Total nonstop deletion.
Oh God. Matt Hardy on Twitter, the open invitation thing. If McMahon will allow the day of new, I'll show up on his program. I love it.
Oh my God. This is why, I mean, if 2016 wasn't a more interesting year for wrestling, it's gearing up to be an even weirder end. And 2017 might get some blowback of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be a while before things settle into quote-unquote normality in the wrestling business, because there's just going to be residuals of all the weird stuff, the shifts that have happened.
Yeah, if Ring of Honor will allow the Bucks of Youth. And then it was Matt Jax that said, don't call us Max or Jeremy. Those things are obsolete. Broken Matt Hardy, best thing in wrestling. Bottom line.
Oh my God. We've said it before, I've said it again, Matt Hardy saved kayfabe. Like he truly, truly did. So this, what I can only assume, since all the court documents are probably sealed, and
the bit we have is that apparently Dixie owes Billy Corgan money. You don't
a bunch of money. That probably has something to do with it, and I'm probably guessing that probably Billy Corgan came at them with a concrete offer of, this is what I can pay you. This is what I want for the company. Da 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 da. While Dixie Carter is apparently still fielding offers from Vince and company for the library, trying to get the best deal possible out of Vince, or trying to dot the I's and cross the T's with that. And Billy Corgan says, "Nope, this is a concrete, firm offer. Take it or leave it. I need your, approval on this as soon as possible, so we can continue to start doing business, so I don't lose the TV contract." And takes it to court to gets an injunction filed to, basically get a judge probably to rule over the situation. I think finally now this is where TNA Impact will see its end in the courtroom, not in the boardroom. Because once you're bringing a judge into it, that's the ball game. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope Billy Corgan does get his wish and does get to run his own wrestling company, because it will be interesting to see what a new face and a new creative talent can do with a wrestling business. Especially somebody who's basically a complete outsider of the business.
Yeah, especially
relative outsider.
Corrigan can at least, buy out the company and then sell the tape library to Vince, and then he can just start completely brand new, wash his hands of the whole thing, and then Dixie Carter's out, Vince has a tape library, and he's got everything free and clear.
Yeah, he's got his company and his talent, or the talent that he wants, and the product that he has in mind going forward. I think that's what it comes down to, because I think probably Pop TV is probably like, okay, well, you've given us this amount of content through the end of the year. What are you going to do about 2017? Because if you're not going to do anything for it, we'll find something else for the spot. And once they give up that spot, that's the ball game. Thank you for coming to Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Billy Corgan has nothing once they give up that spot. So I think that's probably why taking it to court.
TV deal, I mean, look what happened to WCW.
It's fusion all over again. Exactly.
Yeah. Once TV deal ends, that's it. Company's worthless. Vince could buy it for pennies on the dollar, and then that's it. Game over, man. Game over.
It's not even worth what Vince would originally be offering.
Yeah. It's going to be at least.
Then it goes from a couple million to a couple 100,000 probably.
Yep.
Probably a million. Just like, okay, yeah, the content library, $1 million. Yeah. Vince McMahon will make $10 million on an AJ Styles DVD.
Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Sting, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries.
Like, I just over.
Yeah.
Over.
We have lost matches from the likes of Mickie James. Speaking of.
Oh, that's a segue, bitch. Segue City.
Yes.
It was announced on the most recent, among the things that happened on the most recent batch of tapings for NXT, Mickie James is going to make her triumphant return to WWE at NXT Takeover Toronto against the Destroyer.
Oh, God.
Asuka.
Oh, fuck.
Again, they wanted to bring in a challenge for Asuka. There's literally nobody left in the division. There's only people you have to bring in from the outside, and Mickie James is an independent contractor.
Whether it could be a one-off, I think, but you know what? The idea of, Mickie James, in Toronto, it's going to be good. I think with the fact that with how depleted that women's division is right now, I mean, they're starting to build up a Billie Kay. They're building up Ember Moon. It's Liv Morgan, kind of. But other than that, it's
You got to think that Liv Morgan's still like 21, 22 years old. She's got a long road ahead of her before she's seasoned.
Right. But like the division has been pretty much fucking depleted since Bayley left. So Bayley
and Nia Jax were that division, and it's basically Asuka's basically killed everybody.
And that's what Asuka does.
Asuka kills people.
Like I would not want to cross her.
No, Sheik, like I don't often sanction male versus female wrestling, but there are some male talents, male cruiserweights that I think she could absolutely take. I think she may be able to take T.J. Perkins. I will go so far as to say that, yes.
Yeah, it's speaking of T.J. Perkins, him and Kota Ibushi are going to be teaming up. Hideo Itami's hurt.
Yeah, that's a really sad news because I'm always been a pro Itami guy, and I thought he was the going to be the Japanese star that was going to take help really get them over in Japan that they haven't really been in a while.
Well, they also have Nakamura as well, so.
And then well, yeah, no, his injury happened, and then Shinsuke Nakamura gets signed, and then that's it, buddy. Sorry, you're just another Japanese guy in the pecking order. I think he's still a commodity. He's not entirely ruined yet, but I mean,
yeah,
if he could come back after this injury, that will be that will just be the icing on top of that. But if he comes back and there's another injury, then if I'm WWE, I think you got to cut the loss and let him go.
I mean, I think he's only going to be out like 2 or 3 months. Like, it's not going to be long.
It's not so bad. It's not a year like the last one was.
Yeah, because the last one, it was major surgery. I don't think he needs surgery. I think it's just he's slightly hurt. Just make sure he gets recovered, and it doesn't need surgery. Thank God, because he was out for over a year.
Yes,
it was a fucking year the guy was out.
Yes. Oh man, I heard that and I was just like, ooh, that's not good, not good at all.
It's like no Hideo, like God.
No Hideo, right? Oh man.
Yeah, but in really good news, certain Mr. ROH. Let's see the backbreaker.
Yes, Roderick Strong, the worst kept secret in professional wrestling. I think we could say that Roderick Strong was going to go to the NXT and WWE, and he made his debut last night at the tapings. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And I didn't see our detail about that, so we'll just wait to air. I mean, we've got.
Yeah, he's going to be Austin Aries' tag team partner in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So, Team Ring of Honor being represented.
That was pretty obvious that would happen. I mean, they had a Sanity. The Sanity debut was last night, and Jesus Christ, this is going to get good.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting tag teams, and this is things that WWE should absolutely capitalize on. Like the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team World Tag League, where it's like an annual tag team tournament.
Right. Only this time we've got a little more of a star because we had Bobby Roode walk out on Ty Dillinger, so we got that match for Takeover.
Yes.
We've got Joe and Nakamura. I guess at the Australian show, when they do that tour here in a few months, they're going to have Joe and Nakamura in a cage match.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna.
I like these. I could watch Joe Nakamura matches until I'm blue in the face, pretty much. Like I think that's one guy that is the perfect foil for Nakamura to come in, and it's perfect for Joe too. Like it's just.
Yep. And Joe said in the promo, "You may be the king of strong style, but I'm the one that brought it to these shores." So.
Shores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I guess in quick other Thea Trinidad, the former Brazita in TNA, has also signed. So they brought in, and this is going to be the end.
They're trying to enhance that division, like you said. They're bringing in as much talent as possible. I wouldn't be surprised. They had a big CZW tryout recently in Chikara. A lot of guys Kimberly tried out for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a serious pitch to Kimberly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's
to bring her in because
lot of talent that.
Because I truly believe if they let her do the Princess Kimberly gimmick, she could be like a Bayley 2.0. Like let her do exactly what she's doing in Chikara, where she's like she's essentially like a princess from Adventure Time. and let's just let her do that in WWE. I think you have Bayley 2.0 without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt, she's a she's a bubbly personality, a talent that can actually wrestle. Yeah, money. That's money. License to print money, and a positive female role model for little girls everywhere to look up to.
Yep. Definitely. So.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, NXT is starting to shape up. This Toronto show is going to be fucking fantastic. I mean,
it has the looks. It has the shape to be. Even, broached what it would be a possibility of going to Toronto.
Yeah. Oh God, Bobby Roode and Ty Dillinger, both native Canadians. If the idea of everyone in Toronto singing "Glorious Domination" is just awesome.
It's gonna be I can only we saw what an NXT crowd was like in London, and it was raucous. We've seen what it's like in New York and in Philadelphia. Yeah. I cannot wait to see what Toronto does. Hey.
Definitely. I mean, it's really starting to shape up. Like we're bringing the talent, you're bringing in more guys now that your division's starting a little bit. This brand split, but it pretty much is what it fucking is.
I've even heard whispers of potentially something I've talked about on this show before, NXT introducing a secondary title and it being referred to as the television title.
Right.
You heard it here first on Slamcast. I forget how many episodes ago.
There's some rumors there. I'm kind of starting to see those pop up and see what happens. And NXT could benefit from that in that what do the men really have to fight for outside of teaming up with somebody or the world title in a sense? There's nothing. So you have a lot of these guys on the roster, you have someone like now that you got Eric Young in there, you've got the Sanity group, you've got Nikki Storm as their female contingent, you've got looks like Sawyer and Wolf as the tag, and then Eric Young gonna be your main singles guy. Now, if you don't want to put the NXT title on Eric Young, which I will do.
No, not yet. I say just have Nakamura literally just dominate NXT for a while until he's absolutely comfortable, and then you bring him up, and then...
Yep. But Eric Young is like the NXT TV champion. I could see that. And
first TV champ,
yeah,
sure.
I could see that at one point, maybe that entire group holding titles.
They're trying to replicate the success of the Wyatt family because I don't think the first run of the Wyatt family on the early NXT and FCW TV didn't really get seen a whole hell of a lot by a lot of eyeballs. Mm-hmm. So they're going to try and basically replicate that the best they can. And I'm sure this was
2 words. Eli Cotton.
Something. I'm sure this was some
disciple of Brady.
Yeah. I'm sure that this is something that might have been pitched to Sami Callihan, but Callihan didn't really jive with it. But Eric Young seems like the perfect.
Remember Callihan left a year ago. That was over a year ago. It was like it was right after my buddy Clay got released.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. So
yeah, buddy. So we'll see.
It's gonna be interesting where it goes.
Yeah, we shall see. So I think we pretty much hit all our beats this week.
There was one other big piece of news that broke out this week.
Did we?
Yeah. Well, there was 2. There's Matt Sydal was one of them.
Oh yeah. Matt Sydal was arrested in Japan with a vape pen. Look, that's a tough break from Matt Sydal. No, he knew the risk of what he was trying to do. He very clearly didn't care and did it anyway. And I hope he doesn't get the book thrown at him and end up in Japanese jail. But at the very minimum, he has basically ended his Japanese wrestling career, or his career wrestling for New Japan or any company that would book him in Japan, because he will not be allowed back into the country after this.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, Look, I can't do anything about drug policy and drug laws in Japan. Certainly,
I think
2
what's going to
grams
happen
of
is, he'll get his visa permanently revoked or whatever it is, and he
won't be allowed to come back into the company. I'm sure he has can afford a good enough Japanese lawyer to petition the judge to avoid jail time and the minimum of fines and subsequent banning from the country. It's unfortunate that this is what we are. That a plant that is largely for medicinal purposes, especially in athletes that have high impact stress injuries, it's still frowned upon as a narcotic substance. That's the world we live in. Whatever. I can't do that to change drug laws in Japan, but
right.
Play with fire, get burned.
Yeah.
So that sucks for Matt Sydal. Yeah. He will only be able to work in Ring of Honor, and yeah, that's basically it.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't remember, how old is he? He's
in his mid-30s by now, I'm assuming, yeah.
So he could easily finish his career out in Ring of Honor and just kind of retire and, that's...
Fade away and classify himself as obsolete.
After, yeah.
Oh my god.
Obsolete! God. The Broken Matt Hardy love on this podcast. This is why we call it the Broken Matt Hardy podcast, because...
I was going to call it the Chrstopher Walken show, but okay, whatever. Yeah,
or whatever you want to call it. Just everything.
Random episode number 97, right? 97?
Yeah, we are at 90. Yeah.
Random episode number 97.
Yeah, and then the other big piece of news, Goldberg.
Yeah, please. That's why I didn't want to talk about that, because I do not have I'm not a pro Goldberg guy. Look, it was a phenomenon in wrestling. You can very clearly say when you just build a guy up and put a guy over in quick matches and teach a guy to do some few things really good. But anytime you had to, Goldberg had to work a match that went longer than 5 minutes, it was an absolute snooze fest. Let's face it, I don't know why these people are romanticizing an era of wrestling that wasn't that good, in my opinion. And I was right at the age bracket in which they were going for. And I was never a fan. Never a fan of his WWE run. Never that big of a fan. I respect what he was as a phenomenon in wrestling. Like something that just they caught lightning in a bottle, and that was the one time WCW was actually able to build up a star of their own.
Kevin Nash, had the book and then completely squashed it, and then we all know how that story ended. Vince bought it for penny.
Yeah, and
$1. But besides the point, I guess Vince...
I don't think Goldberg would have affected The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or any of the other talents that they had at that point in time. I think so. By that point in time, by the time Goldberg came around, WWE had pretty much already turned the tide, and yeah, maybe they could have stayed out for a little bit longer. But
at that point, when Goldberg was getting really hot in titles, that was like in the middle of the Monday Night Wars. So
it was, yes.
And then it was about the end of the 80s when they washed.
But it was. I just think by that point in time there was
WCW
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing WCW could have done. Just it was the inevitable slowage of time. Even if he didn't punch his arm and hurt himself and miss all that time, and they had to do all that terrible creative when he wasn't around, it just was inevitable. I think WWE's momentum was just too much, and it would have. But Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar will happen at Survivor Series.
I think Vince wants to do it at the Rumble.
The Rumble, not Survivor Series.
Yeah, I guess I was seeing whether the rumors or the talk was true or not, that Vince maybe wants to hold off and build it for like the Royal Rumble in the Alamo Dome.
Yeah, okay.
I think if you want to get a big crowd and sell it out, you know what? Build it up to Goldberg, and obviously it's not that match is going to go on last. I mean, the Royal Rumble match is going on last,
but that's going to be the precursor.
Yeah,
Rumble's going to have to follow that.
And I think the match itself is also going to be... I mean, if you look at the WrestleMania 20 match, both guys were leaving. Both guys didn't give a shit. The crowd knew. They shat all over it. Only thing that really saved it was Austin stunning both guys. But now I think, you know what?
So I think, yeah, both guys are well paid off. Both guys give a shit, and it's going to be a better match. Brock Lesnar's going to do anything but throw Goldberg around, and Goldberg's going to throw punches at Lesnar, and they're going to have like a fake MMA kind of fight.
Maybe.
It's just, I don't...
I think if they give a fuck, it's going to be good.
I don't think it's going to be good even if they give a fuck. Like, I'm just not a fan. Man, I'm not a fan. Let Goldberg be in a video game. I don't need to watch him come back in wrestling. I just don't. I don't. Still gonna watch because I'm a pathetic wrestling fan, and I watch anyway. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna tune out. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, Brock, fucking throw this guy around. I fucking hate this guy. It has nothing to do with anything other than just he was just a guy who was literally a one-trick pony. That was all he could do. He was the ultimate warrior with less charisma. He was the ultimate warrior without charisma.
All right. Yeah, I had to at least mention it.
That was it.
I had to at least mention it because it was a big, deal.
It was a big news, and it is big that WWE 2K can essentially, or 2K games can essentially make that happen because they brought Goldberg, and it's like, oh, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. Hey, would you want doing that?
Yeah, Sting was on, a big deal win for 2K15. You had the Ultimate Warrior. You know what? I think Kurt Angle might be getting a hold of 2K games.
2K games. Hey guys, you think this TNA thing doesn't work out?
Yeah, which I think it isn't. I think they're all fucked here. Could you maybe put me on the cover or make me a big pre-order bonus?
Or make me big DLC? Like I am pretty popular downloadable content every year in, year out. Like hey, just put me in, just if you don't mind. No.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Do you have an Iron Sheik tweet of the week, or are we gonna fuck up?
I do have an Iron Sheik tweet of the week, that will inspire you all.
All right, Iron Sheik tweet of the week.
This is kind of funny. Play the theme song. Dun 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 dun.
Him, I talked to him. I want to know, are you the man or are you a fucking piece of shit? No good motherfucker. Fucking bullshit! Bullshit, Hulk Hogan. I'm the rare all-American gold medal.
All right, Iron Sheik tweet of the week. Well, we do have Iron Sheik tweet of the week, and we do have an intelligent update. First, the Intelligent Jew update. Add to the list of intelligent Jews now, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan is now verified intelligent Jew. Good for Bob. That's very good. But the Iron Sheik participated in what was the hot button debate of this election season, the second debate, and the emergence of America's new sweetheart, Ken Bone. Iron Sheik offered this to the participating hashtag. Fuck the Nikolai Volkov. I wish the Ken Bone my partner forever.
Nice.
You want me to do other Ken Bone facts? It was like a perfect storm. Ken Bone and the Iron Sheik combining to combine like he can surflex the earth in one shot. Hashtag Ken Bone facts. But the picture of Freddie Blassie and the Iron Sheik and Ken Bone is just absolutely fantastic.
Fucking bullshit!
I think that should be our picture of the for the podcast this week. But
send that one to me.
I will send it, and it's quite hilarious. Saving the photo. So yeah, that's our Iron Sheik tweet of the week.
All right.
I'm half-assing through this episode because I want to get it done. I kind of want to play WWE 2K or Madden or Gears or something.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go get my paycheck, get my fuck money, and go to work. So.
Get that fuck money, brother. Get that fuck money. Because it's Fuck Money Friday. Podcast going up on a Friday, obviously.
Or Saturday, whenever
Saturday, whenever it goes up, man.
Yep.
So, let's, for Nick Horaceck, I'm Brendan Liggan, saying go forth and spread beauty and light. Peace, love, and humbleness. Go support independent wrestling.
Yes.
Bye.